The Los Angeles Convention Center plays host to the first major auto show of the 2025 season. It's the LA Auto Show. Join us to see the latest tech breakthroughs for gas and electric-powered cars as we go 2025 and beyond. So whether you're serious about cars or just curious about what's rolling down tomorrow's roads, sit back, buckle up, and hang on as Fox Sports takes you on a ride around the LA Auto Show like you've never seen. Welcome to the LA Auto Show. Hello everybody, I'm Dietrich. Thanks for joining us. Well, the world's automakers have descended on LA. This, just as the new Trump administration promises to drill baby drill to lower gas prices while eliminating electric vehicle mandates and incentives. For the automakers, well, they're scrambling. They have to reevaluate their new products in the pipeline and plant production, especially here in the US. So what does this all mean for what ends up in your driveway? Well, we have our Fox Sports Auto Show team, Nik Miles and Mike Caudill, here to show you all the new metal and give you some perspective. So let's get started. Jeep, long known for its prowess off-road, well, they have their first all-electric car, the Wagoneer S. Here's Mike.
Well, thanks, Tor. This is the Jeep Wagoneer S, and it's making its debut here at the LA Auto Show. Now, before I get into what this hot little SUV is all about, let's just talk about some numbers right off the top. 600 horsepower, 617 pounds-feet of torque, and a blistering 0 to 60 of 3.4 seconds. What we're looking at here is a mid-size sport utility vehicle, and this is entering that luxury category for Jeep as well. We're looking at 20-inch blacked-out wheels on the side, and of course that Wagoneer logo embossing it. You've got a floating black roof up here on top. The exterior design sets it apart from other vehicles, but inside, guys, let me show you what makes this vehicle really tick. The first thing you're going to notice is that they've gone for a modern, sophisticated look. The red leather seats with double stitching, but the standout on the inside is actually 45 inches of digital real estate. Now, you can see these two in front of me from the digital cluster to the infotainment screen, but you can't see the screen over here because it's got a privacy shield on it. So me as the driver, it's a safety feature to not allow me to look at what's happening on the screen over here. Now, you've got wireless induction on the inside, USB and USB-C charging. I failed to mention the most important part of this Wagoneer, and that's the fact that it's all electric.
We wanted to bring in a two-row BEV with incredible performance, luxury, but still had the capability of a Jeep.
You've got the 4xe logo here on the rear, which you know means that this is an electrified Jeep, and you've got the charging port here on the side. So, given that it's electric, you're going to have a range of about 300 plus miles with this vehicle. And from a charging standpoint, you're going to go from 20% to 80% in 23 minutes. Now, the good news is it's actually going to be going into production in early 2025, and its starting price just north of $71,000. Over to you, Nick.
Now, Toyota has some power, tech, and adventure this year. Whether you're going on city streets, whether you're driving on off-road trails, or actually towing, they're bringing some serious muscle to the LA International Auto Show.
Grand Highlander enters 2025 as the most powerful midsize SUV that the brand has ever built. The hybrid max powertrain roars to 362 horsepower and rockets from 0 to 60 in just 6.3 seconds. It balances efficiency and luxury with features like massaging seats and a 12.3-inch touchscreen.
And with Toyota Safety Sense 3.0, which includes proactive driver assistance and traffic jam assistance, this vehicle is as smart as it is sleek.
For mid-size truck fans, the 2024 Tacoma is rewriting the rulebook with its iForce Max hybrid engine. Churning out an impressive 465 pounds-feet of torque, the most ever in its class, the hybrid system combines a 2.4-liter turbo engine with an electric motor, delivering 326 horsepower and a towing capacity of up to 6,500 pounds.
Tacoma's off-road prowess is legendary, and this year Toyota are taking things a step further with the TRD Pro. It now has 11.5 inches of ground clearance.
Finally, the Tundra enters 2025 with a bold TRD rally package, inspired by Toyota's Baja racing roots. Paired with Bilstein shocks, skid plates, and 18-inch TRD wheels to deliver off-road performance in style. And under the hood, the iForce Max Hybrid cranks out 583 pounds-feet of torque, giving it muscle to tow up to 12,000 pounds.
And Tundra's not all about muscle with front massaging seats. It also has that 14-inch touchscreen which comes along with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto.
Toyota's lineup for 2025 is an impressive blend of power, technology and luxury. The Grand Highlander, Tacoma and Tundra deliver across the board. Which one is on your radar? Let us know.
Coming up, Dodge introduces its quickest car, the all-new Dodge Charger Daytona. Subaru shows its race car, and here's a new way to avoid traffic: just fly away. It's all coming to you as Fox Sports presents the LA Auto Show. And welcome back. Well, you're looking at the Dodge Charger Daytona. This is the production version, and the number you need to know, 3.3 seconds, 0 to 60. And here to tell us more about it is Matt McAleer.
This is the all-new Dodge Charger Daytona Scat Pack with the Stage 2 kit from the factory, inspired by the 1968 Charger, one of the most iconic muscle cars in history.
This is your first electric car, and it's blistering fast. I mean, you're really competing with the exotics out there.
670 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds, quarter mile in 11.5 seconds. Absolutely blows away the Hellcat Red Eye that it replaces as a Scat Pack.
Now, this also must be the best handling Dodge Charger that you've ever made because it's all-wheel drive, right?
It is. It's all-wheel drive, and with the battery pack center between the wheels, great center of gravity, terrific wide body stance. We have the R-Wing up front here, as you notice, for performance and aerodynamics. Lots of room for the entire family.
Now, there's a lot of enthusiasts out there, right? They have a little trouble with the electric thing. Can you tell us about what makes this different and why they might have interest in it?
We have the Fratsonic chambered exhaust on this, which actually brings the whole package together. Muscle cars are all about putting a smile on your face. When you hit that throttle in the V8 and it roars and you feel that incredible sense of excitement, we have that now. You hit the pedal and you have the Fratsonic chambered exhaust. We also have 6-pack gas engines coming next year, so we're going to have something for everyone.
So there you go. They're going to have gas-powered, the full ICE package and the electric. That's the full offering from Dodge. I love the Charger Daytona here.
Now, LA is probably one of the sexiest cities in North America, and what's sexier than a Fiat 500e? Well, Fiat have collaborated with Giorgio Armani, and this was just revealed at the show. This is the first time Armani have ever done anything with any car company, and they've given us the Giorgio Armani edition. Now, this vehicle, Fiat says, is not only here to be driven, but it's also here to be worn.
500 has always been a statement more so than the car. It happens to have 4 wheels, it happens to roll, and you can drive from point A to point B, but it's such a fashion piece and an accessory that makes a statement for you as an individual.
Dubbed wearable luxury, the Fiat 500e debuts with bespoke Armani touches, laser cut wood grain interior, eco leather seats, and embroidered logos that elevate the driving experience to runway status.
Every element of this vehicle is eco-conscious, from the eco-friendly seats to the low energy usage.
Fast charging adds 31 miles in just 5 minutes, or hit 80% in 35 minutes.
Now, fashion, sustainability and tech all come together in the new Fiat 500e Giorgio Armani edition. VW is redefining the iconic brand with this. It is the brand new ID Buzz. They are electrifying the future with this vehicle.
The ID Buzz channels the spirit of classic microbus with a 91 kilowatt-hour battery, up to 335 horsepower, and seating for 7. It's where yesterday meets tomorrow.
Now, VW is stepping up when it comes to charging. You're able to take this from 10 to 80% in just 26 minutes on a super fast charger.
And with a range of 231 miles, you can leave range anxiety behind.
Inside, it's all about innovation, from the 12.9-inch haptic feedback touchscreen all the way to that beautiful Harman Kardon sound system.
Powerful and fun to drive, it's perfect for city commuters or cross-country trips, and it's backed by Volkswagen's cutting-edge EV tech. Stylish, sustainable, and ready for adventure, the ID Buzz redefines what a family vehicle can be.
The ID Buzz is proof that nostalgia and evolution can exist together. We've taken a vehicle that was a great icon of Southern California and electrified it. It really is an electrifying future when it comes to VW's transportation.
All right, so an auto show wouldn't be complete without a stop at the Ford Motor Company booth, and this right here is their flagship vehicle. Of course, it's the Ford Expedition. Now, for the 2025 model year, it's been completely redesigned from the ground up. This is the Tremor package. It's the first time they've offered it on a Ford Expedition, so you get all the off-road capabilities that you would expect with a Ford Motor Company product. Under the hood, you get the same motor as the Ford Raptor, but it doesn't stop there with the Tremor package. The same steps that you have on the Ford Raptor F-150, you have on the Expedition as well. When you think about off-roading, you're going to be able to do it in a full-size 3-row SUV. But it isn't just about the exterior that makes the Expedition special, it's also on the inside. You're going to have the integration of Blue Cruise on the all-new Ford Expedition, which is their hands-free driving technology. You're going to get Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, wireless induction, a secret feature. Check out this sliding console right here. When you slide it back, it reveals a lockbox safe down here below. You'll get the Tremor-specific seats as well. They're double-stitched. All right, so before we close it out, guys, with the Ford Expedition, one little hidden gem right here, and this is Ford's all-new split gate feature. I'm going to slide out. As you can see, the rear liftgate comes right up, but the bottom area, split in half, stays vertical, and that's so if you put your groceries in the back of the vehicle, they're not going to fall out, right? So it's totally functional. But for me, it's also serving as a good tailgate feature. You can sit on the back like your truck bed. You can put stuff out if you do go to a football game. All great features, and then when you're all done, you just hit the button, and they both shut together. So talk about great engineering, right? We'll leave you with this. It's all about pricing with the Ford Expedition. You're starting just under $64,000, and it's going to be arriving in dealerships in spring 2025.
Up next, cool new concepts at the LA Auto Show, and Chevrolet unleashes the beast, the Corvette ZR1. Plus, Disneyland has Mickey Mouse and Italy has Topolino? Yep, it's all coming to you as Fox Sports presents the LA Auto Show. Now, one of the coolest things at the auto shows are the concept cars. This is the Halcyon concept from Chrysler. Here to tell us more about it is Rachel Fellrath. Rachel, what a cool concept. What do we have here?
Thank you. This is the all-new Chrysler Halcyon concept. It's actually making its auto show debut here at the LA Auto Show.
One of the things that I saw, first off, the seats sit higher.
If you look at the vehicle, it's very low to the ground. So what we did to help with that, we have butterfly doors that open, and we also have a third panel that flips up to really help with that ingress and egress to get in and out of the vehicle easily.
Now, also, this has autonomous features, right? That's the idea?
It does. If you take a look at the interior, this is equipped with our level 4 autonomy, meaning you can kick back, you can have the steering wheel fold away, your footrest come up, and just stargaze as you travel down the road. This is really the embodiment of where we're headed ultimately in the future.
Thanks, Rachel. Now, over at Acura, they have another concept we want to take a look at, the Performance EV concept. The Performance EV concept is really an exercise in design, and here to tell us more about it is Jonathan Rivers from Acura. Jonathan, what do we have here?
Well, what you're looking at is essentially a design concept showing the future of Acura with this Performance EV concept, which is going to be one of our first EVs developed and built on our own dedicated EV platform. Acura is about precision, craft, and performance, and you're going to feel it with the amazing power and performance from this vehicle. This is a future design language for Acura, showcasing what you're going to see in the future.
Okay, well, there you go, the Acura Performance EV concept. Thanks, Jonathan.
Pleasure.
Welcome to the great outdoors here at the LA Auto Show. Well, not quite, but we are here in the Subaru booth, and if there's one thing Subaru is known for at all of the auto shows, it's really bringing the outside environment in. Now, what am I talking about? Well, Subaru's actually raised more than $82 million for the National Parks Foundation, so why not showcase your booth at an auto show with a little bit of outdoor fun? This is the vehicle they're showing off for the new model year. This is the 2025 Subaru Forester, now in its 6th generation. It's been completely redesigned from the outside in, so you're gonna have LED lights up on front, a very much more pronounced grille, black trim around the wheel arches, which they're known for. That's to protect the vehicle when you're out off-roading. Although it has a contemporary feel on the exterior, they want to remind you that this vehicle is all about off-roading. You have 8.7 inches of ground clearance.
This specific model behind me has dual mode X mode, and what that is kind of engine programming capabilities. So in dirt, snow, mud, the car kind of helps you drive. So it's all about safer travel, but it's also about going off the trail, which our owners really enjoy.
Inside of this vehicle, the first thing that stands out to me is the fact that they've got an 11.6-inch screen. You've got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You've got brand new seats that are completely redesigned, double stitched, giving you a much more sophisticated feel with this overall vehicle. But wait, there's more, guys, and I wanted to show this to you, right? We talk about vehicles at the show from the standpoint of what you can buy at the dealership, but for me, I'm a performance guy. It's all about getting off-road or on the track. The very DNA of the Subaru brand are vehicles like this, Project Midnight. This is a race car based on the record-breaking Air Slayer with 670 horsepower. And what makes this special is this is a time attack version of the vehicle right here with a wide body stance, tons of carbon fiber. Unfortunately, you as a consumer are not going to be able to buy this, but people like Scott Speed, American race driver, are taking vehicles like this and they're putting them on the track and they are racing them. So when you want to talk about DNA of an automaker, the vehicle that you saw up there on the Forester, some of that same DNA comes right out of vehicles like this right here. They're a race car.
Picture this, soaring above the commuter traffic in a whisper-quiet air taxi. Well, Joby just made that dream into a reality, and their air taxi actually just made history.
Joby's electric air taxi has officially become the first to fly in an urban setting, marking a key milestone in the race for sustainable air mobility. The company plans to launch passenger service as early as Q1 2025. The top speed of 200 miles an hour and a 100-mile range, Joby's air taxi runs entirely on electricity, emitting nothing but water vapor. Think fast, clean, and green travel.
Noise pollution, not a problem. The Joby Air Taxi is almost 100 times quieter than the average helicopter, and that makes them almost inaudible from the ground.
The company plans to produce 500 aircraft annually at its new facility in Dayton, Ohio, cementing America's role in the future of electric aviation.
Safety is paramount, and FAA has cleared Joby for 3 out of 5 certification stages. The next step is commercial readiness.
Each aircraft seats 4 passengers and a pilot, with 6 propellers and 4 redundant battery packs, delivering both comfort and security. With partnerships spanning from Toyota, Delta Airlines, and Uber, Joby's vision extends from the US to Abu Dhabi and beyond. It's not just aviation, it's a movement.
Joby Air Taxi is redefining modern travel, one flight at a time. And it's not only arriving in the next year or so, but it's also electric.
And look what we found from Fiat. How fun is this? This is called the Topolino. That's Italian for Mickey Mouse. Are you ready? 8.2 horsepower, generating a maximum speed of 28 miles per hour. Now in Europe, you can drive this without a driver's license. In fact, you can be as young as 14. Here in the US though, the maximum speed for a vehicle like this is 25 miles an hour, so currently they do not have it in the US. If it does come, it'll be sold for $11,000.
Coming up, Hyundai has a new 3-row SUV and it will shock you. Plus, we visit Pebble Beach for a slice of the good life. It's all coming to you as Fox Sports presents the LA Auto Show. Please stay with us.
And welcome back. Well, anyone who buys an SUV is looking for one thing: space. This is the all-new Ioniq 9. It's Hyundai's first all-electric 3-row SUV. And here to tell us more about all the space we get in the new Ioniq 9 is Andrei Rabinovich from Hyundai. All right, Andrei, tell me about this new product.
Yeah, so this is our brand new Ioniq 9. It's our 3-row EV SUV. There's a lot of space in the back, even behind the third row. One of the biggest challenges with a lot of SUVs, right? You may have 3 rows, but then you end up not a lot of space behind. All about maximizing the needs of families. So great range, great interior space, nice features in the cabin, a lot of capability, a lot of really awesome technology, and some great design elements.
We know it has a range of over 300, right?
So we're playing for over 300 on every single build. So even our top most equipped trim of the car will have 300 miles of range at a minimum.
I want you to explain to people what they will experience different between buying an Ioniq 9 and buying a large SUV like a Palisade or something.
This is an EV, right? Palisade's a gasoline car, and then with an EV, obviously it's all about that kind of smoothness and the acceleration, instant torque that obviously any EV product will get. This car being an EV, you have a flat floor, a lot of really great space. So even though this has got a really, really aerodynamic focused design to get to that great range that we talked about, the flat floor gives you awesome headroom. So even all the way back to the third row, full-size adult. I'm 6'1", I can fit incredibly comfortable all the way in the back of the car.
Okay, and I saw during the press event, this thing is loaded with USB-C. I think the kids and all the people who are in the back will love that, right?
Yeah, and not only USB-C is all in the back, but they're also 100-watt USB-C. So you can power, a laptop, you can power, I guess a gaming console. It's our first car in the market with that level of power on the USB ports.
Here's something that maybe isn't technical, right? But that little compartment, that center console that flips both ways for the kids, that's very cool.
Both ways, and it slides front back. So if you want somebody to access something in the back of the car, you can open in both directions. It's all about things you can't do on a gasoline car.
Thanks, Andrei. Well, I can't wait to see the new Ioniq 9 in showrooms.
Now, electric vehicles are charging ahead, and Hyundai is getting a lot of attention for its new Ioniq 5. For 2025, it's a combination of tech and adventure. And for this year, it also gets a brand new trim level.
The 2025 Hyundai Ioniq 5 arrives with notable enhancements, including increased range and updated features, catering to both city commuters and weekend explorers. The SE standard range model features a 58 kilowatt-hour battery, delivering an estimated range of up to 300 miles depending on configuration.
Now inside, Hyundai has fine-tuned the driver experience.
The updated infotainment system offers user-friendly menus for EV-specific information.
And for those that have a taste for adventure, meet Hyundai's XRT trim.
Designed for the mild off-roading enthusiast, the XRT features 0.9 inches suspension lift and rugged styling accent, and maintains the same 320 horsepower dual-motor setup as the standard all-wheel drive Ioniq 5. Whether navigating city streets or exploring off the beaten path, the Ioniq 5 combines performance, style, and versatility in an electrifying package.
Now, with an advanced range and an adventurous spirit, Hyundai hopes the 2025 Ioniq 5 has something for every driver.
All right, so where am I, guys? Well, one of the great things about the auto show circuit is that there are a variety of fun things for consumers to do, and where I am standing right now and walking is actually the incline entry point to Camp Jeep. We're talking about allowing consumers to not just see the vehicles on the floor, but to actually get inside and experience what these vehicles are all about. We're inside a Jeep and we're gonna tackle this terrain, right? So Nick is our professional driver.
So you are demonstrating what makes a Jeep trail rated. So every model that we have out here can do everything that we're doing today. So right here, we're gonna go up on the side. It's about 30 degrees up.
It feels like I'm gonna fall back, like I got my back to the door. I see the big traction control area.
40 degrees up, 40 degrees down, and we're gonna be 28 feet up at the top.
I never thought I'd be this close to the ceiling here at the LA Auto Show. I do believe this is probably one of the biggest off-road experiences that you can have. For those that are watching it at home when an auto show comes to your town, you know, this is what it's all about. Not just seeing the cars, but experiencing them as well. And as we make our way down the hill here, you can just see the capability of this Jeep. All right, so there you have it, guys. You want to know about capability when it comes to Jeep? Well, it's being showcased right here in the Camp Jeep display at the LA Auto Show.
Remember those old Grey Poupon commercials? Well, we sent Nick up to Pebble Beach for a taste of the good life.
Once a year in California, car enthusiasts, collectors, and superstars all gather in Carmel. This is the B95, and this is what they dreamed up at Pininfarina.
Making its world debut, the B95 Gotham is not just another showpiece, it goes 0 to 60 miles an hour in just 2 seconds. This is the first car from a collaboration of Warner Brothers and Automobili Pininfarina. The result is a one-of-one creation. Pininfarina also dropped the Battista Targa America. This open-top electric hypercar is packed with 1,874 horsepower and rockets from 0 to 60 miles an hour in just under 2 seconds. Commissioned by a North American collector, it even comes with a custom cigar humidor between the seats. The Acura ZDX was originally a concept at Car Week. Now it's on sale at Acura dealers across the nation.
What you see here is the single motor rear wheel drive ZDX A-Spec, and then there's the really hot Type S with almost 500 horsepower.
One of the biggest attractions at Car Week is Lamborghini. They will be the first luxury manufacturer to hybridize their entire vehicle lineup.
On one hand side, we wanted to reduce the CO2 emissions, but on the other hand, it's also very useful to have this battery system. So we started with the Revuelto, which has a complete new V12, the first hybrid system of the history of Lamborghini. And then this year we launched the Urus SE, a V8 biturbo car, with also here a hybrid system. This is the future of Lamborghini.
With Monterey Car Week as the backdrop, Lamborghini used the opportunity to unveil the Temerario, a groundbreaking hybrid supercar packed with 909 horsepower. With a twin-turbo V8, it rockets from 0 to 62 miles an hour in just 2.7 seconds and tops out at over 210 miles an hour. As Lamborghini's latest high-performance electrified vehicle, the Temerario is a stunning blend of tradition and innovation, positioning itself as a future classic. Over at Mercedes, they're introducing the sportiest model in the Maybach history, the 2026 Mercedes Maybach SL 680 Monogram Series. Powered by a 577 horsepower bi-turbo V8, it sprints from 0 to 60 miles an hour in just 4 seconds. Inside, manufacturer crystal, white Napa leather, and silver chrome accents set a new standard for luxury.
From all electric to supercars to hybrid cars at Car Week, I'm Nik Miles.
Up next, BMW unleashes its new M5, and we go all the way to Las Vegas to soak in some custom car culture. Please stay with us.
Well, downstairs at the LA Auto Show, they have a whole floor devoted toward modified customs, hot rods. How about even funny cars? But guess what? In Las Vegas, they have a whole show. It's called SEMA, and we sent Mike.
Customizing your vehicle is something Americans have done since the advent of the automobile. And here at the SEMA show, it's all about customizing your ride, from wheels and tires to off-road performance modifications. And one of the companies leading the way is Toyota. All right, so this is one of the hot vehicles here at SEMA in the Toyota booth, and this is the Culti Land Cruiser, and this is the ROX, or ROX, stands for Recreation Off-Road Experience. Now, this was designed in partnership with Culti Research Design. They're a firm out of Michigan. The whole concept of this takes you back to early Land Cruisers with an open-air design up on top, and that's what they wanted to achieve. Something that when you see the vehicle and you get inside of it, it takes you off-road and outdoors. So speaking of off-road, what do you get? Well, of course, upgraded suspension, 37-inch BF Goodrich tires that are mud terrain. They're gonna take you just about anywhere you wanna go. From off-roading in the ROX SUV to actually going back to the history of Toyota on the dirt with the GR86 Rally Legacy concept. What's unique about this vehicle is actually the engine under the hood. This is a 1.3-liter, 3-cylinder turbocharged motor, and it's pushing out about 300 horsepower. Now, if you know a little bit about Toyota and what GR stands for, that's Gazoo Racing. You've got Michelin Pilot Sport tires with Speedline wheels. This is a throwback to the original Celicas that were rally racing for Toyota. Say you don't want to off-road in your ROX SUV. What if you just want to hit the oval track, right? Well, you're going to want to do it with this one here. This is actually a tribute to the newest brand ambassador for Toyota in number 43. That's right, we're talking about the king of racing, Richard Petty. This one comes with a twist because it is actually owned by Rutledge Wood, who, as we all know, is an automotive TV personality. Well, he's tight with the family and said, hey, what better way to welcome in the king than the Superbird right here at the SEMA show? They debuted this vehicle, and what makes it unique is that it's got Richard Petty's famous color. So before we leave the Toyota booth, I had to close it out with what my favorite vehicle is in the booth, and it is this one right here. So this is a Toyota 4Runner Pro, and it's called the Surf. Why is it my favorite? Because it takes me back to 1989, which was my first vehicle, which was a Toyota 4Runner. And what I love the most about the vehicle was the removable top. If you go back to 1984, when the Toyota 4Runner first came to the US, it was also launched at the same time in Japan, called the Hilux Surf. So if you take both of them together, 4Runner and Surf, you get this new vehicle right here. So it will have the removable top, larger wheels and tires, and to be honest, it's got the 2 doors, which takes you back to the original version. So as you make your way around the SEMA show, it's not just about the incredible cars on the carpet, albeit yes it is, but I had to stop here at the Rhino Linings booth. They're kind of considered the OG, the company that created the spray and bed liner market. And as a truck owner, the first thing I've done with every single truck I've owned is I've taken it to get a spray and bed liner.
We're always looking at better physical, better abrasion resistance, better moisture resistance, but we also look at new applications. So this is Keenan Kincaid's vehicle. These trucks are taken through the most rugged types of racing. He's coated the rocker panels, the interior, the box. Anywhere where there's a danger of damage, you can put our product in.
Customizing your vehicle is something Americans have done since the advent of the automobile, from wheels and tires to performance modifications under your hood. And one of the brands leading the way in innovation is Mopar. This is the 1967 Plymouth GTX Electromod concept here in the Mopar booth. Now, what makes this different is it has an electric motor under the hood. What Mopar's talking about is, should they offer an E-Crate motor to consumers in the marketplace? That's kind of the mantra of the brand, right? You customize the vehicle the way that you want it. A few of the stats: it's got 335 horsepower, a range of 250 miles. It'll have a carbon fiber hood, 18.9-inch magnesium wheels, but on the inside, we're talking all analog, and this interior takes you back to 1967.
This is our sandbox, right? We like to bring these types of innovations to get feedback from our customers. It may not be for everybody, but this E-Crate solution will offer those who want to modify maybe their classic or vintage car, or even a modern vehicle. Now, it is conceptual, but I think we're on a track to bring it to market.
So as a consumer, when you come to a trade show like this, you want to see how you can customize your vehicle, right? Well, it starts with what's up on the wall behind me. Whether you want to go with Nerf bars to step up inside the vehicle, or you want to go with exhaust tips, they show you here in the Mopar booth. But what does it actually look like on the truck? They're giving you that with this new 2500 Power Wagon concept. Whether you want boxes over your truck bed or you want this rack over the top, even the exterior, the way this thing is designed, this is a concept really highlighting how far you can take it. If there's one thing automakers have figured out, it's you don't need a big V8 under the hood to get incredible horsepower out of a vehicle. This is the Ram 1500 RHO, which stands for Ram High Output. Now, what makes this vehicle unique is what is under the hood. You've got a 3-liter inline-6, it's twin turbocharged, and it's pushing out 540 horsepower. It will have the custom graphics package on the side. You've got the Ram bar over the top, custom spare tire carrier. Now, I tried to get it from the team at Ram. Is this truck going to be coming to market soon? They didn't say yes, but one of them might have winked. So something truly special here in the Mopar booth are these two vehicles. Now, you can see this one, and I'm going to show you the other one in a minute. Actually takes me back to the mid-90s when Dodge came out with their Ram 1500, and they married it up with a Dodge Viper GTS coupe. They called it the power couple. They were blue with the white stripe. Now, fast forward to 2024, we're looking at the Dodge Charger. This is the Daytona SRT, and what's amazing is it's a Banshee concept. It's all electric, but they married it up with the Ram BEV. So this is their battery electric vehicle truck. So you've taken the vehicle from old and you've married it up with the new to create the modern day power couple. All right, with so many different vehicles that SEMA to choose from, can you create the ultimate off-road vehicle? This is what we found to be the most capable off-road Jeep here at the show.
What we did was we took a 392 and we cut it up. We wanted to package 42s without a lift, so we just started cutting away. By keeping the center of gravity low and whacking the front and rear bumpers, kind of taking everything in, you get a crazy approach. It ends up being just a monster.
So with the 392 motor, what does that give you from a performance standpoint off-road when you're crawling?
It's got a whole bunch of grunt. It's loud, it's obnoxious. I mean, I even cut the radio out of it because I wanted the Hemi to be the entertainment.
So much stuff happening here in the Mopar booth. Whether you want to get into an electro mod, right? We're talking about pavement pounding performance, you want to soup up your truck, or in this case, go rock crawling, you're going to be able to do it and check it out all here in the Mopar booth.
We'll have more from the LA Auto Show. Please stay with us.
And welcome back. Well, I'm joined by Andy Steinhauser. He's with the LA Auto Show to tell us more about it. Andy, tell us about this year's show.
Well, we're super excited. This is the 117th LA Auto Show. It is a Los Angeles tradition, but we're most excited about the new iteration of the show. This is a true all ages, family-friendly event. Where else can you experience this much automotive content under one roof? There's over 1 million square feet of activations, experiences, and some really exciting new cars this year.
Well, I have to tell you, I mean, the tracks alone are all over the place now. They used to be just outside, right? Yeah. Now with electrics and actually with the way you run things, you can drive literally almost every car that's in the showroom on tracks here, and that makes it very unique, right?
We listen to our clients, which are the automotive manufacturers. You walk up, you say, this is a really interesting product. I want to feel it for myself. You can experience a ride right there within minutes. And then, I mean, the Camp Jeep experience, the thrill ride, and the Bronco Built Wild thrill ride on the other end, those are wild. Like, those are kind of almost scary, but it really is something that you kind of can't experience anywhere. And I mean, this year alone, the ID Buzz is making a lot of noise, and this is the first experience that you can have to ride in it. And I think in the end of the day, for our customers, they want to touch and feel as much product as possible, and we're going to give you every opportunity to do it.
Okay, much appreciated. Thank you, Andy.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Welcome to Germany. About 2 miles to my right, your left, is the Chechen border. But we're here to drive this, the brand new 2025 BMW M5. This, for the first time, has a hybrid powertrain. It's a marriage of performance and technology, all wrapped in an environmental shell. The 2025 M5, now equipped with a plug-in hybrid powertrain, produces an impressive 717 horsepower. This comes with a 4.4-litre twin-turbo V8 engine combined with an electric motor, allowing it to accelerate from 0 to 60 miles an hour in just 3.5 seconds. This vehicle also has a 25-mile range with electric-only driving, which is perfect for city commutes. At over 5,000 pounds, the hybrid system adds some weight, but BMW's engineers have ensured the handling remains sharp. Adaptive suspension and all-wheel drive keep it cornering like a true sports car. And the design looks every part of BMW too. It has those beautiful lines. It has that big, aggressive stance. Now, the M5 is packed with technology, which includes a 14.9-inch touchscreen, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. The infotainment experience is as premium as the driving performance. This isn't just about cutting emissions, it's BMW's commitment to a more sustainable future, while still delivering the performance drivers expect from the M division. The 2025 M5 shows that you don't have to sacrifice speed or luxury for environmental responsibility. With its hybrid powertrain, BMW proves that electrification and performance coexist.
Well, Tor and Nick, you know what? Dare to dream here at the LA Auto Show, and for me, I wanted to one-up you all by bringing in what I believe is the most high-performance-based vehicle here at the show. This is the Chevy Corvette, and this is the ZR1. Now, you got 1,064 horsepower with a 5.5-liter twin-turbocharged dual overhead cam V8. This thing is all about blistering speed with a 0 to 60 time of 2.5 seconds. You're looking at a top speed of 215 miles an hour. Now, let me show you some of the product attributes on this, right? So you got a mix of aluminum with carbon fiber for the exterior styling, but each individual brake system gets its own cooling unit. You get the aero package with it that's made of all carbon fiber. Front spoiler on the top. You can tell this thing is just meant to be out on the track. On the inside, you're talking about one of the most high-performance vehicles on the market. You got performance seats in here. So what do you think, Nick, Tor? I think I get to win the battle of the best car at the show.
And I'm joined by Mike and Nick here to wrap up the show. Guys, we're looking at a transformational move for the auto shows. A lot of tracks here.
Well, that's right. You know, consumers, they really want to experience not just the cars on the carpet, but they also want to experience them actually getting inside. And they've got a new Camp Jeep set up this year, 28 feet high with a 40% grade going up and a 40% grade on the backside down. It's a great experience for consumers here at the show.
So let's talk cars. Okay, I had a chance to take a look at the Dodge Charger Daytona. 3.3 seconds, 0 to 60. You gotta love that, right? I mean, this is gonna be a very fast car coming out from Dodge. I think what's really important though, they're gonna have alternative powertrains in it.
I think the other thing about this vehicle is that it still has the sound. This is the one thing everyone thought. Electric vehicles, they're silent, they're boring, I don't want to drive them. This vehicle sounds great. It vibrates when you're inside it. They've hit all the nails on the head. Everybody wants to feel, see, touch, and do with their vehicles.
They weren't alone. Jeep came out with the Wagoneer S.
Let me just throw this out for you really fast. 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds. That's faster than a Ford Mustang, and it's an SUV. And it's got 600 horsepower under the proverbial hood. This thing is a fire-breathing, smoking SUV. Don't discount electric vehicles as they come to market, because the Wagoneer S is as much luxury and off-road performance as it is an amazing electric vehicle.
And I think, Tor, I'd like to add one thing about that. It was dropped at the press conference today, which was pretty amazing, is the $599 a month on that vehicle if you lease it. They're listening to what Americans are having problems with, and that's affording vehicles, and they're saying, we're going to match it.
All right, Nick, I know you went over to Toyota and hung out for a while. What'd you find?
They have a lot of American muscle. It seems strange when you think of Toyota as an American muscle car company, but they're designing, they're building, and they're testing their vehicles in America. They're giving Americans what they want, and they want to tow, they want to adventure off-road. They have a whole set of great trucks out there that do all those things. The hybrids from Toyota mean a lot more than just ecological footprints. Ultimately, it's about performance in their hybrids. It gives you so much better horsepower. You sit in those hybrids and you jam your foot on the floor, the feeling is exhilarating.
Okay, Mike, I know you were over at Subaru, Project Midnight.
Yeah.
I want to hear more about this.
Yeah, so they have two different things in the booth. They've got the Forester, which has been completely refreshed in its 6th generation. Talk about affordability, sub $30,000 entry point, sub $40,000 for the fully loaded Forester. And then they dropped in Scott Speed's race car, right, based on the Air Slayer, a WRX. This thing is all about performance. And I think what's unique is when you go into the booth at Subaru, it's this national parks feel, and then you kind of peek around the corner and there's this race car sitting there, and you look at Project Midnight and you go, holy smokes, north of 600 horsepower. This thing's about being fast, and they've taken the DNA from their race cars and they've integrated it into their entire product lineup.
Okay, Nick, I also know you had a chance to go over the Ioniq 9. Big car for an electric, right?
I think the most important thing about this story is Hyundai is producing 23 electric vehicles in the next number of years. They're investing in electricity for everybody and in giving people the power of choice. And the Ioniq 9 has some really good accoutrements with it. The fact that things open from front and back, the lie-flat relaxing seats, the tech in these vehicles is outstanding.
What I'm wondering is how well the techs are going to do moving forward. Things are getting a little political from Washington. The mandates are going away. The incentives will go away. I think we're pretty far along, though. With electrics, they're not going away. Don't you agree?
In a political election cycle, a lot of things are said and they're on a wish list. When you get to the election being over and you have to implement those things, you have to really check and balance them. We know the goal. Will it happen immediately? He's not going to discount the fact that Ford have made multiple billion-dollar investments in their electrics. He's not going to discount GM and Stellantis, and all these companies are building battery factories in the Southeast. That's jobs. Hyundai's 4,000 jobs. You're not going to cancel those tomorrow. Those jobs are American livelihoods. So we've got to think about how we transition into this new future.
It's an interesting issue, right? At the end of the day, the consumer is going to make a choice, right? We're still looking at a take rate on electric vehicles sub 10%, and that's what's problematic for automakers. Last year, we talked about hybrids being the big topic. The year before that, it was all about electrics. This year, it's about choice. Consumers are the ones that are going to make the choice. It's not the automakers. They shouldn't be the ones in the position to do it, and Washington definitely shouldn't be the ones to do it.
Okay, guys, before we go, I want to take a moment to remember a good friend and colleague, C. Van Toon. Unfortunately, we lost Van to cancer. Close to 30 years ago, Van was an editor-in-chief of Motor Trend. I hit him up to do some TV work at the auto shows. At the time, we innovated reporting live from the auto shows for morning TV news. Van also hosted our auto show specials. Van was a true professional with gasoline running through his veins. And I can tell you this, that the three of us would not be sitting here today if it wasn't for C. Van Toon. Van will miss you, good friend. Cheers. In honor of C. Van Toon, Mike Caudill, Nik Miles, I'm Tor Dietrich, and for our entire LA-based crew, we'll see you on the road.